We are going to do Unit 7. Oops. Unit 7, Topic 13. We are going to be discussing origins of life on Earth. Great. Let's get excited. Woo! All right. So, we know that the Earth formed approximately 4.6 billion years ago. We call it BYA just for shorthand. Um, but it took a couple billion years to have it be actually suitable for life. So, big crash happened, and the Earth was unsustainable. There was no atmosphere, nothing could grow, that kind of thing. We're looking at earliest fossils dating back to 3.5 billion years ago. So that is kind of the mark that we use to determine that is our origin of life. It was cyanobacteria. So we know as scientists, cyanobacteria take chemicals from the environment to make energy, as opposed to like a photosynthetic bacteria that would take light from the environment to make energy. Cyanobacteria makes energy using chemicals. So, I'm sorry, pause here to take notes. So, how did life actually arise? What actually happened? Early Earth, as we know it, contained inorganic molecules, so nothing with carbon. Um, they could have synthesized organic molecules due to free energy in abundant oxygen. So essentially what was going on here is these inorganic molecules absorbed some free energy in the universe, absorbed some oxygen that was abundant in the atmosphere, and scientists theorized that's where organic molecules came from. They could have also been transported to Earth via meteorites. Um, I think there was a discovery recently that they found the mRNA, or I should say RNA building blocks on a meteorite that was flying through space. So it could be that or other celestial events. We just don't know. These are kind of our theories. Pause here to take notes. In my opinion, this experiment here is the most persuasive argument for how organic life started on Earth. So this is two scientists, Oparin and Haldane. They hypothesized that early Earth was composed of hydrogen, methane, ammonia, and water. So that's it. Hydrogen, methane, and you can see in here in their model, boom, there you go. There's the hydrogen. There's the methane. Oh, I'm sorry, methane, ammonia, and water. Okay, so what they did was Stanley Miller and Harold Urey, so two other scientists, dudes, of course, tested their hypothesis in the lab. So what they did was they put these primitive materials, this water, the ammonia, hydrogen, whatnot. They stimulated ocean water here, or simulated that, and heated up that water. So when they heated up that water, what they found was that the water would go into this reaction chamber. Inside of this reaction chamber, they hit it with a spark, an electrical spark that simulates lightning. And what they found was that when the gases here condensed, they created cooled water containing organic compounds. So very fascinating stuff. So we can go inorganic to organic by applying an electric shock. They hypothesized that organic molecules first served as the building blocks for macromolecules. Remember, macromolecules are things like lipids or proteins or any other complex molecules like that. And to be honest, their experiment kind of showed that they took these gases in the primitive atmosphere. Notice how out of all of these gases, there's only one carbon in there, and by subjecting it to this electrical field, they made organic molecules, which then served as the building blocks for the rest of life. Really kind of cool stuff. Again, this is just a theory. This is just a hypothesis, but it makes sense. It's kind of fascinating. So pause here to take notes. All right, here's another one, another hypothesis. It's called the RNA world hypothesis. So it proposes that instead of DNA being early genetic material, it's actually RNA that was the genetic material that was used by early organisms. this helps to explain pre-cellular stage of life, right? So it also helps explain why we find RNA molecules on meteorites flying through space, right? So this is just kind of another theory. You can add that over here to the Miller and Urey theory experiment, I should say, and find that RNA would be that organic material that's created. All right, let's review. Think back to when we covered endosymbiote theory. What was the endosymbiote theory and how does it relate to this topic of origins of life? Take a second, write down your thoughts, and I can't wait to see your answer. That's it, 6 minutes. I'll see you guys in class tomorrow.